Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is May 7th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. If you like these videos, please take a moment, stop, like it, subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate that. Thank you all very much for doing that. And today we have I want to tell you about my buddy Matt. He's at the Equilibrium on Twitter. I hope I got his Twitter handle right. Um Petrilla. I'm gonna look up his at the Equilibrium on Twitter. Anyway, the point of this is that he's coming out with a trading seminar that he's going to be coming out with. I believe this Thursday is the actual release of it, but he was telling me about it and it sounded really cool. So if you're interested, this is he's tradingequilibrium.com, right? That's his website. And this is the outline of what it's going to be like. So this is the course that he's created. And you see it's a complete reality-based, no BS type of training course. It goes through his process. He's a very disciplined trader. So, risk management is a big part of what he is doing. Position sizing, charting. I mean, just execution tactics of trades. You can see how much he's put into this. So, if you're interested, I know he's going to be for the early birds. I think there may be some discounts coming out, stuff like that. Again, Matt Petrilla. You find him on Twitter at the Equilibrium. You go to tradingequilibrium.com. If you want to check this out, it should be great. I'm going to start to dig into this myself. He gave me access to take a look around and stuff, so I'm going to take a look at this too. So I can't wait actually, because again, great trader, and I think there's a lot to learn from him. So we got that going for us. Charts again by deepview.com if you're interested in that. Okay, let's get going. SPY. So the one thing about the SPY that's making me nervous, not the one thing, one of the things, is this wide and loose type of pattern that's happening in here. I'm not a fan of wide and loose. And so I am still fairly skeptical of the start of a new bull market. It may start. And so, we got to be prepared for it. And here are some of the names I think that are holding up well. All right. Let's start tap. So Coors Molson, right? I mean, beautiful breakout. I'm sure it was on earnings. You see how it basically took out this whole area, popped up, giant volume, and now it's got the consolidation. You can easily, maybe it's a trend line you want to play, or maybe you just want to build out and then build up. But this is definitely one to watch. That's TAP, TAP. Next up is CELH. Celsius. I know a lot of people have been watching Celsius for a really long time for a good reason. I think there's a good chance you retest, this 111, 112, 113 area. Definitely has some momentum to the upside. Decent volume coming in as well. 8-day, you have a 4-day here. It's got a nice momentum to the upside. So I think definitely at least into the pink area. Celsius, CELH could be played. Mondelez, again, these are all staples, which again makes me a little more conservative in my thinking. But again, giant gap up. It's only 4%, but still a nice gap up. Some continued strength, right? And now it's just kind of going sideways, building out this base. I think Mondelez has a pretty good look to it. Let's just see what it looks like on the weekly. Yeah, here's the weekly, man. Look at that. It was beautiful. It's 7% on the week. Again, for a boring staple, near or at actually all-time highs, right? Weekly all-time highs. So again, that is a nice looking name there. MDLZ, BRBR. This is Bellwing Brands. They do, I think, protein bars and protein and workout stuff. Again, nice base, broke out, and now it's just riding this 9-day EMA higher. A little consolidation here. So you decide if you want to enter it and maybe use the 23 days your stop. That's a really decent reward to risk proposition right there. That was BRBR. Next up, ACLX. I believe this is a biotech. Um, Nice little up right there. Went from 27 to 45 pretty quickly. This Friday does show some selling, so I definitely want to watch it a few more days. But it's a nice little consolidation. You kind of hasn't quite broken out yet. So I think it still needs to prove itself just a little bit, and maybe even a little false breakout right there. So I'd probably give it a few more days, and then again, it's a biotech, so position accordingly. All right, some gold miners. KGC is one of them that looks really good. So giant move off the bottom, basically all of March, right, into April. Little consolidation, and now it's trying to move out of the consolidation. Beautiful, beautiful amount of accumulation going on this chart and going back for a while. You should see the accumulation in the chart. So it's yeah, I mean, this gold miner looks fantastic. That's KGC. And many other gold miners look pretty good too, actually. Penumbra. I haven't looked at this chart in a while, but it showed up, and this was an important area, and you can see how price busted out of this area, up 7%, and some follow through, move higher. Looks really good. May come back, may move higher, could rebound. But I think if it could pull back a little bit, maybe that 300 spot, that'd be a pretty good area to consider a purchase. And then you could use this again, the 23-day as your stop, which is right in the pink area to trail it. Sono. This is Sonos, Sono. Again, it just got obliterated like most stocks. It went from a $43 stock to a $13 stock, and now it's trying to make the turn, right? And so we can tool. This is kind of like the area I'm watching. Again, maybe a little ahead of itself, but I think that if it could kind of build out a handle here, it may have something going, right? That's Sono, Sono. Again, decent amount of accumulation showing up on the chart, which is kind of nice. ZTS. So again, this one, got up to $249 back in, January. That was the peak. It dropped all the way to 122, so it got split in half basically, and now it's trying to break out and move higher. Flat 200-day, good volume coming in, and so definitely I would say this pink area, if it's above it, we could be long. If it's below it, no way, right? That's the place to manage risk at. Next up, CNM, this core and main. And again, it's a new IPO, and it's just trying to make its base. It kind of moved out of this area. You kind of see how this has been, resistance, and now we're in that area right here. And the nice thing that I've noticed is that you're seeing, some big volume start to show up in this name. Again, some selling pressure in here, so it may not be quite ready yet, but the big volume caught my eye, and that is something that we want to just pay attention to. Next up, Boyd Gaming, BYD. A lot of these gaming names are looking pretty good right now. Here's Boyd. Again, we can just easily mark this area, all the way across here. And you see this nice, beautiful base it's creating, right? That's been over a year in the making, 2 years in the making, really. And nice volume showing up here. And now it's got to break out. It's got to do its thing. It's not quite ready yet, but definitely one we want to watch going forward. Shopify. Shopify back in the day was absolutely crazy. I never actually traded this one, but it was a fantastic stock to trade. I mean, it went from, this 47, 30, the beginning of the ramp all the way up to, $176. That's amazing, right? And then the fall from grace, right? This was maybe the capitulation day right there. I don't know what happened that day. Maybe I think this was a split. That's why I believe this was the split right over here. I was like, what happened? Yeah, that was a split. So let's move to the daily. And you could see how it just kind of, tested this area, came back, and now it finally broke out. Big volume, giant volume, biggest volume since, in a year, biggest volume in a year, right? So obviously somebody likes this stock again, and they're starting to build positions. And you had a 30% move in literally 2 days. So definitely not the time to enter this. Wait for that pullback. I don't know if it'll fill this gap or not. Strong stocks don't, right? But I'd wait for a pullback consolidation, and then Shopify could potentially be a winner. Next up is Uber. Again, giant gap up on earnings, 12% almost, big volume. You see the big volume sticks showing up in here. And now I think this is the new area to kind of watch, right? It was kind of this area. It broke out and it kind of came back, retested the 200-day, and now this is the new area. So again, wait for the consolidation. But overall, it looks like it's trying to make the turn. We'll see if it continues. It's trying. DraftKings, another betting name, right? Again, this was one of those really hot stocks, was all the way up to $75, dropped all the way down to basically $10. And then now it's, back at 24, again, trying to fight its way back. Good volume on the breakout, 15% move. Now we just got to kind of watch it. That's why this is a watch list, right? We got to watch it and see if it sets up for us again, but it looks decent. And last one is OTEX, OTEX. And again, just giant volume on the breakout. I've presented this one in the past. I was in it for a little bit and just took too long, right? And kind of really didn't do much. Here was a retest and then kaboom. So now it's back on the watch list again. Beautiful cup and handle that it made here, right? That beautiful cup and handle, breakout, retest, move higher. So it's really nice. Now we got to get the good entries, okay? Know your earnings dates. It's really important. Big earning season. So again, know all your earning dates. Check out Matt's Trading Equilibrium at The Equilibrium on Twitter. Deep View, beautiful charts, man. Thank you, Deep View. And I'm at Alpha Charts 365. You know where to find me. I'm on Twitter. Thanks for watching my videos. Y'all take care. Bye.